Hey everyone, this is Sleepy Siren here, and today I'm going over my Stranger Things 5 predictions. And I was gonna make this more in depth, but like I really wanted to just like go through a little bit. So we're gonna get into it. So I basically made this bingo list. I know it's nothing really fancy, but I'm just gonna go through it. Okay, the first one we have here is Jonathan gets injured and almost dies. I believe that Jonathan is gonna get injured, but he's not gonna die. Like, he may die, but I honestly think that he's just gonna get injured. Okay, so the Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. I know that the Stranger Things writers try to make it seem like it's somebody else, but it may be. Maybe it's 11. But I feel like that'd be too easy. But at the same time, maybe it's too easy for it to be Holly. But I think it just makes sense. Okay, so we have a flashback to that scene that didn't get used of Mike biking home while crying his eyes out. Now, this is where that scene where in season 1, when they find Will's body at the quarry, and Mike bikes home and cries his eyes out, and then goes to his mom and cries in her arms. And so Finn basically said that they used a shot of him crying, riding on the bike home, and they didn't use it. Why didn't they use it? I'm thinking that they're going to use it in the next season. And it's going to showcase to the general audience that Mike does in fact have feelings for Will. Oh yeah, also, if you're tuning into this predictions list, if you don't like Byler or Will, this is not the video for you. Okay. It's gonna be all about Byler pretty much and Will. So yeah, just a heads up on that. Flashback of Mike asking Will to be his friend on the swings, and Jonathan there. We already know that there's been a scene that's been filmed with the three of them when they were younger, and either it's gonna be something with Lonnie or it's gonna be Mike asking Will to be his friend. I think it's gonna be that, because I think that's a very poignant moment in their friendship, especially when it was talked about by Mike in season 2, and it's gonna really hone in that their bond is way more deep than Malevolent. No offense to Malevolent people, but yeah. Alright, this one, I am kind of conflicted by it. Like, tell me in the comments, because I've been hearing people talk about the fact that the little boy that I thought was called Derek was actually her bully or something like that. I don't know. Please elaborate. I'm very confused by this, but I was thinking that Byler's going to parallel Holly and Derek, and basically Holly goes missing like Will, and Derek and Mike are trying to find them, and Mike realizes I think he's already realized his feelings, obviously, but it's gonna really get it through to his head that his feelings for Will are more than platonic. And yeah, but yeah, tell me about that. Like, I don't know, I keep on hearing people say Derek is Holly's bully, or that isn't actually his name or something like that, but please give me, please tell me in the comments. Alright, next. Something happens with Byler on the 7th episode. Now, this is basically the fact that in Stranger Things, there's so many mentions to the number 7, especially when it comes to Byler. And, like, I think it would make sense. Although I would like them to become canon a little bit before that. But it makes sense. So yeah, there's that. Will created Hawkins in the Upside Down. I don't think Will created the Upside Down, but I think he created Hawkins in the Upside Down, and I think that's one of the reasons why Vecna'd wants Will so badly, is because he can create something in the Upside Down. He has some sort of power in that way. And I think when he got scared when he was abducted, it transformed into Hawkins. Because when we see Henry get sucked into the Upside Down, it was a barren landscape and there wasn't Hawkins there, you know? Alright, Mike gets Vecna'd. Now, I don't think this is going to happen anymore, but it is something I would like to happen, so I'm just going to keep it there. Because I think Mike getting Vecna'd would bring up a lot of interesting points and show the general audience his headspace on certain things. And showcase that, he's just trying to deal with his feelings in a very, weird way. Not weird way, but like, in a way of internalized homophobia, so, yeah. Churchgate. I'm conflicted. I'm 50-50 if this is going to happen or not, but I do love Churchgate so much. It is one of my favorite gates. And also, if you don't know what gate is, well, if you're a Byler friend, you probably do know. But you can look up online on YouTube different videos talking about gates and stuff like that to better explain it. But it's just like different ideas, different theories, and stuff about Byler. And just Will and stuff in general. Just that fandom talking about theories and stuff. Okay, Murray dies. I think this is gonna happen. I just think it makes sense. We only got him in like one outfit in the trailer and such. And I don't know. I think he's kind of a likable character. I know a lot of people dislike him and stuff like that, and I can see why. But, he's like an in-between. He's not likable enough, but he's like in the middle, right? But yeah, Cleredingate. This is like, okay, I'm not fully knowing about this one, but I know that it got leaked or something like that, that Clarendon and Paladin, not Clarendon, Cleric and Paladin was like a title name for an episode or something like that, and it was leaked or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, because it's hard to believe any of the leaks involving this fandom, because like you have people faking stuff all the time, so I don't know. But I do like the idea of it, and I could see it, being true maybe. If the leaks were true, I don't know. But, okay. Mac's subconscious needs to be recovered. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. Like, I'm not exactly sure about the ins and outs of it, but I think, yeah, I don't think she's gonna die. Like, absolutely not, because like they've already had like her being Vecna'd twice, and they already had that big emotional scene with her at the end of the season. They just wouldn't kill her off after that, If they were going to kill her, they would have made it very clear that she died at the end of the season. And I think that Max is going to be an important piece in defeating Vecna. I think she's like in his mindscape or something along that lines. I mean, I'm not smart enough to really fully get into that theory, or any of these theories really. But, and yeah, like all of these are not my theories per se. I mean, I believe in a lot of them, but like I'm not the first ones who have talked about this. So yeah. Alright, this one, I absolutely love this one. Okay, Will and or Vecna will lose an eye. Now, I'm not really familiar with like all the D&D lore and stuff like that, but apparently in the lore, Vecna loses an eye or a hand or something like that. And there's a lot of eye imagery when it comes to Vecna, and also Will. And also Phineas Gage in like one of the scenes in like season 2. And I just think this would be so cool. Like, just the parallels with them and just like all that. And plus, they upped the rating as well, so we could see more gore and stuff like that. So that would be really interesting. Alright, Will saves Lucas using his true sight. Now, this is basically based on in one of the trailers of where, obviously, Lucas is getting attacked by a Demogorgon. And we see, like, before that, Will, like, closes his eyes or whatnot, and he sees, through the Demogorgon's perspective, I think, through the tunnels. So, that's basically my idea on that. 11 links to Hopper's daughter Sarah somehow. Like, okay, I'm not fully, I don't have a full theory about this. I just think in some way that 11 is Hopper's daughter Sarah, or in some time shenanigans stuff. I don't know, I can't tell you if that makes sense or if it'll even happen. But I don't know, I just had this inkling. Something like that. I don't know the ins and outs of how that would go down, but something like that. Alright, Will gets Vecna'd and has a flashback about the roller rink. Now this, I don't have a photo for this one, and I may not have a photo for some of these, because I was just pulling them from Google and stuff like that. I just put this together pretty fast and stuff. But it's basically, obviously Will's gonna get some sort of, Vecna'd some sort of way. I mean, Vecna'd's not gonna kill Will, he needs Will. But he's gonna try to get him on his side and stuff. And I think he's gonna do that by showing a flashback of, in the roller rink or something like that, because like Noah Schnapp had a photo of him with like the, what was it called? But like, you know, the same thing, same like with the BTS photos with Max, getting Vecna'd and stuff like that. I don't have the photo right now, I can't find it, but if you know, you know. Okay, Will has a flashback of Lonnie and or faces him. Now, because apparently Lonnie's actor was seen at like the table of like the, I think it was the writers or the actors or whatnot, something like that. But I think, especially when we're getting Will as the main character, and there's so many things. I think that we're gonna be it's gonna showcase that Will has been way more abused than we think by Lonnie. I mean, obviously there's already clues to it in season 1 and such, and I think there's more to it, and I think that Will has possibly like forgotten key details. We already saw 11. She had to remember her traumatizing past because she blocked it out, the trauma, and I think that's gonna happen. Or maybe, heck, maybe Lonnie shows up and we just see Will literally fight him. That would be cool too, you know? I would love that. Okay, Will has fire powers. Now this alludes to in the trailer, basically there's some sort of fire like this hitting Vecna, and Will has been showcased, said to have fireballs and stuff like that a bunch of times in the series, like in D&D, his character and stuff. So I think him being alluded to with fire would make sense. But he may also have different powers of some sort. I mean, he already has True Sight, but I think he's going to gain more powers or unlock them. Maybe he's had them the whole time from what Vecna'd did to him in the first 5 minutes, which was horrific. And in my opinion, I do think it was an allegory for SA. I know that's controversial, but in my opinion, it was very uncomfortable to watch. But yeah. Alright, Birthdaygate. Now, okay, this is one of my favorites. It's basically Will's birthday was forgotten, supposedly, by the writers. And we see in Rinkomania it was his birthday. And we have already seen when he was possessed, Joyce reminding him what his birthday was and stuff like that. And Will has been showcased with a bunch of birthday imagery in the roller rink, different places, in different seasons. Like, it's just all over the place. And basically, okay, either I don't think they just automatically forgot. I don't think that they would forget. I think that Vecna is doing some sort of time shenanigans and is making the people in his life forget, in my opinion. Okay, 11 dies, disappears, or gets trapped in the Upside Down. She sacrifices herself. Now, this is just my opinion. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her dying, because, like, that would not go well with her arc. Her arc is about being independent and finding her found family, which is Hopper and Joyce, and Will as well, and Jonathan. And I think, especially with Hopper, his arc, like, he's already thinks he's like the curse and stuff like that, as he said, and he doesn't think he deserves to have the people in his life. He thinks that he'll mess it up, and I think 11 dying was showcased to him that that's true, and that's just not, you know what I mean? Like, but I think it's not looking good for her. I think that, I don't think she'll die, but maybe she'll disappear or get trapped in the Upside Down or something like that. But at the same time, if she does get stuck there, she probably just will die. You know, like, what's she gonna eat, you know? But, yeah, I don't know. Alright, something traumatic happens on one of Will's birthdays that he can't remember, and Lonnie did something. Basically, this is the same as that other theory with Lonnie, the flashback of Lonnie. But I decided to put them in different categories because we might just be getting a flashback of Lonnie just being extra abusive. But I'm thinking, because people have been theorizing that Lonnie was just like, something really traumatic happened to him on one of his birthdays, and maybe that's why this whole thing with the birthday situation is happening. I don't know, but it could be interesting. Alright, Will helps save Holly. I'm pretty confident about this. I don't know. Will and Holly have a lot of parallels, and I just love both of them. And I think that Will loves Mike so much, and I don't think Will would ever let his family get hurt. I mean, obviously, Karen and Ted are getting hurt, but we'll get to that. But like, Will knows that Mike is probably going to be out of his mind worried about Holly this season. And I know that he cares about Mike so much that he wants to help him in that whole thing. So, yeah. UpsideDownGate, they kiss while Heroes is playing. Okay. I do think they're going to be going in the Upside Down together, and, okay. Heroes is playing in, like, season 1. I forget which episode it is. I think it's Holly Jolly, right? Am I tripping? It's been a while. Okay. But basically, it's the whole scene of where Mike bikes home and cries to his mother, and while they're hugging, this song plays, and it's like, we kiss as though nothing could fall, the shame is on the other side. And so them playing that while they're in the Upside Down would just be perfect. And I like that a lot. Alright, Vecna'd kidnapped Will directly in season 1. Alright, now we know that he was being chased by the Demogorgon in the first 5 minutes, obviously, but I still think there's a possibility that Vecna'd kidnapped him directly into the Upside Down, because there is telekinesis involved when the door opens in his house. And the creature that he sees while he's biking home looks very much like Vecna'd. It's not standing like slunched over like the Demogorgon. It looks like Vecna'd. I don't know. I think there's some time shenanigans going on when he went missing. Obviously, we got the first 5 minutes, but they're not going to show every single thing that's occurred between, like, that whole scenario just in that moment, you know? And I think there's more to it that we haven't seen yet. And so, I'm excited to see that. Alright, Will dies temporarily to sever his connection with the Upside Down. Now, I do think that Will's going to temporarily die. Obviously, he's going to have his happy ending, thank you very much. He's going to be with Mike, and, you know, there's already apparently scenes that have been filmed with them at a bar or something like that. So, and at a graduation, apparently, I heard also that they're going off to college together and such. I don't know how true that is, but what I do know is it wouldn't be fair to put him through all of this just to kill him. I do think that he's going to have a temporary death because he's like Harry Potter, and he's going to be like a Horcrux situation. And, yeah. it's just that situation. So, alright, oh. I just realized I put Mike gets Vecna'd twice. My bad, guys. But yeah, you already heard that one. Alright, Karen gets injured. Karen is going to get injured in that one scene. She's going to be protecting Holly because Vecna'd is trying to go after Holly for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but I think it's because Holly has some sort of power like Will. There are a lot of parallels between the two. And Holly has been seen in Holly Jolly as well. Seeing kind of the creature in the wall. I don't have a picture of that right now, but I don't know. Even back then in season 1, Holly has been seen kind of, you know, in that sphere, you know. So I think that's, yeah. Alright, and this one, Byler Endgame, of course. Yeah. I mean, if you want some more details about Byler and like hints and stuff like that, go watch the Byler lawyer video or just other Byler, you know, analysis videos. Yeah. Alright. Byler parallels Henry and Patty. Alright, in the play we find out Henry has this lover called Patty, and there are some parallels to them. And I'm hoping that we will see more of those parallels in the next season. Especially because I think that Will is going to be talking to Vecna'd. He's going to try to get to him emotionally. And I think that... Because, like, in my opinion, the Mind Flayer is controlling him. Which was kind of confirmed in the play. And this is why I didn't put this on the bingo list. Because I think that's kind of already confirmed. You know, in my opinion. So, I don't think that Vecna'd is gonna have, like, a full-on redemption arc. I mean, I think he may have a turnaround, but he's gonna die in the end. Like, he can't live after all he's done. He's a serial killer at this point. But yeah, I think that would be interesting, you know? So, yes. Oh yeah, this one is so interesting to me, and I can't wait to see this. The key the guidance counselor has goes to the grandfather clock and helps stop some sort of time shenanigans. Now, the guidance counselor has a key necklace, and also she's kind of weird because she has been talking to all the people who've got Vecna'd, so, you know, she's probably possessed or something like that. I don't know what's happened to her. Maybe, I don't know. But she knows something, and she has the key to the grandfather clock, and I think because there's time shenanigans in this season, how to stop it is by getting that key. I think that's gonna be how they stop that. Alright, Loverslakegate. I think this is gonna happen for sure, because Noah and Finn, they were shown to be the only ones that have been like soaking wet. In one of the BTS photos that Noah put on his Instagram, he was in a chair drying off. So obviously they was in a body of water, and apparently they was like scuba divers that were brought in to help or something like that. So I think it's safe to say. And also Mike has been shown with imagery of Lover's Lake and all that kind of stuff. And I think they might kiss, but even if they don't, there's going to be some sort of Byler moment that happens. Alright, Lettergate. I'm not entirely sure they're going to bring it up, but maybe they will. But basically, it's about the fact that Mike did write to Will, supposedly, but he couldn't send them because he kept on writing at the end, "Love Mike," and he couldn't do that for 11. So, and also there was that tweet by the Duffers that kind of made it seem like that as well. Alright, White Rabbit Gate. Mike being late to everything. Now, I'm not 100%, I don't know everything about this. I don't know how, please in the comments tell me more about this gate, because I only heard it once, but I really like the idea of it. But it's basically about Mike being late for everything, but he's gonna finally be on time for something that's very important. It's kind of the basis of what I know about it, but like, please let me know in the comments about it, because I find it very interesting. Okay, Ted's death. Yeah, it's happening, man. It is happening. I think he's doomed. So, yeah. Alright, Flickergate. Now, I don't think this one's gonna happen, but I do love this one so much. So I just put this as a, maybe it will happen, we don't know. But, basically, at the beginning of the season, when Mike and Will are talking, and, Will tells Mike about the role being a 7, and that, the Demogorgon got him, because he can't lie to Mike. After he leaves, the light flickers. So, basically, people are thinking that once they get in the Upside Down, they're gonna kiss or confess their feelings, and it's gonna make the lights flicker. And also, there's been other times where electricity has been mentioned when it comes to romantic relationships, especially with Lucas and Max. And I think some other people, but I can't exactly remember. But yeah, I would be amazing for it to happen, especially with Heroes playing. Can you imagine? Alright, the last one, Phonegate. Alright, this one is just canon. I don't know why I put this. But it's alluding to the fact that Mike did call Will. It's even mentioned in a scene with Dustin talking about that he was getting annoyed by Mike constantly complaining about not being able to get a hold of Will. And we already know that he was trying to get a hold of Will because he was sending letters to 11 because they can't use the phone because the government is on to 11. So, yeah, he did call. But I think he's just too embarrassed to admit it. Like, he's still dealing with the fact that he figured out his feelings for Will. And he's trying to pretend he doesn't care when he cares way more than he should. So, yeah. Alright, I know that I probably said and stuff a lot in this video. I'm sorry. I haven't really done an analysis video like this. And honestly, I haven't done a talking video in like forever. Even on this channel. I did one on a different channel, but yeah, I'm not used to speaking to people into the mic and stuff like that, so I'm sorry about that. Go watch other Byler YouTubers, and they'll give you a much better experience than me. So, yeah. But I just wanted to make this because I'm really excited for the next season. I just wanted to make my predictions, and I'm gonna make a video after all the episodes and stuff come out, or maybe I should just go make it like while I'm crossing them out of what has happened as the episodes go, or maybe I should just do it at the end when everything is done. I don't know, let me know. But anyway, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed Byler's Endgame. The lion does not concern himself with Byler doubt, remember that. And, yeah, thank you for watching.